Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
These days, it seems like everyone has answered a scam call at least once, but when it seems like a person of importance is on the other end, that call can become scary.
The Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office is warning people about a current scam utilizing the office's front desk number and the name of a current captain. The callers are claiming to be investigating ID theft and money laundering crimes.
Unfortunately, we see it every week here at the Sheriff's Office. Sometimes it's more aggressive than other times, and sometimes it's more intricate than other times, where people may even provide you a number to call back, provide real names of actual Sheriff's Office employees, unfortunately, to add some legitimacy to what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Ziska says don't be afraid to verify with the Sheriff's Office that these calls are fake.
The Turner County Sheriff's Office is sending out a warning about a different type of scam. People in the county have received letters offering to buy property. The Sheriff's Office says the letters are from Florida with a South Dakota number listed.
When they called the number, the person said they lived in Turner County but couldn't provide the name of the town they lived in. Authorities believe the offer is a scam and encourages people to throw the letter away. Authorities in Hand County say they have recovered the body of a missing teenager. Officials say crews found 17-year-old Wyatt Rowland and his pickup in a body of water north of Miller.
The Hand County Sheriff tells KELOLAND News that around 100 volunteers helped in the search for Rowland. He was a junior at Highmore Herald High School.
Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, everybody. Another warm day today, though not as warm as what we had yesterday. The clouds will be thicker. There may be a stray shower here and there as we go through the day as well. Temperature at about 68 for Sioux Falls, still well above average. 62 degrees in Aberdeen, 56 in Pierre, and 51 in Rapid City. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. On Tuesday, Lawrence County Commissioners voted unanimously to reject a petition that calls for a special election. A group of election deniers is trying to get the county to ban electronic voting machines.
Commissioners sought the advice of lawyers who told them such a ban would violate both state and federal laws. Commission Chair Bob Ewing indicated he doesn't believe there is any voting fraud in Lawrence County.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're not in one of these big cities where they have these actual problems. So I don't see where we have a problem in Lawrence County. I think we're going after something that doesn't exist as far as an issue or a problem.
Ewing says a special election to ban electronic voting machines would have cost the county about $30,000. The petition organizers will be targeting McPherson County in the coming weeks. Well, Lifelight is returning to downtown Sioux Falls with another free Christian music festival over Labor Day weekend, but this time in a new location. Last year's first-time event at 8th and Railroad brought out nearly 30,000 people in 100-degree heat.
City leaders feared that they could have a much larger turnout this year, especially if the weather is better. So they suggested a move to the newly developed Nelson Park in another part of downtown for the event.
We're going to take up the space all the way from Cliff Avenue all the way to where the viaduct starts to go into the downtown area. We got a great relationship built up with the McDonald's there because we told him we're going to kind of encompass your business, and he's like, hey, I pray we get to sell a lot of burgers, and I pray they get to do that too. But we're totally taking over that whole space, the whole parking lot, the park, the pool.
3 artists have been announced so far, including rapper KB, the Afters, and the Newsboys. Lifelight says the announcement of another headliner and a full lineup of artists will be coming soon. This weekend's St. Patrick's Day Parade in downtown Sioux Falls will feature a Grand Marshal who's a grandmother. Denise Ferry is a first-generation Irish-American who says she never expected to be selected as Grand Marshal.
Ferry will be one of just a handful of women who have been selected for the honor over the past 44 years.
It's about time, and I think she deserves it as much as anybody else because she's got really close Irish contacts over there. She's got family there, and she's part of Ireland, so she fits in good.
Ferry's embrace of her Irish heritage extends to her granddaughters, who are Irish dancers who will be performing in Sioux Falls this weekend. And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens.
All right, weather today, tomorrow, well, we're looking at this for a setup. We've got basically a mild day, severe weather. We can bring that subject up. Not far from Kettleland. This is south of Omaha toward Kansas City tonight. We bring this to your attention because those storms are likely going to play a direct role in how much moisture we can stream northward the next 24 hours. And you're going to see that as we play out Futurecast. This is today at noon. Couple of shower chances, western South Dakota. Watch what happens in Nebraska this afternoon. We start to get some things going, sprouting up the moisture. The main parent low is to the south. Your warm front is going to come up toward Kansas City, and eventually that will develop those deeper thunderstorm chances to our south. And see how that tracks into southern Iowa, but never makes it into Kettleland, or at least the vast majority. We're kind of dealing with some scattered leftover pieces here and there, and that's kind of how we're going to go with this forecast. I think that seems to be the going trend line. I was afraid we'd kind of cave into that scenario, and this is where we're at here now on this Wednesday morning. What does it mean for temperatures and the rest of our weather? Well, I still think we're going to manage 60s today, eastern South Dakota, western Minnesota, very likely. Showers in far western Kettleland, off and on here this afternoon. And I do want to point out that every once in a while, we'll see a little bit of this trying to sneak across the Nebraska border. So there's a couple of examples of that into southwest Minnesota that very easily could affect any point in southeast Kettleland. But the takeaway is it's limited. And in fact, it's so limited that even the temperature forecast tomorrow still can manage 55 to 60 on the backside of that low. That alone, too, is a pretty impressive event. I would categorize the total amount of water here as light, under 10 hundredths. That's easily going to capture most of it. Some of this will be next to nothing. So that's the way we see it here. Temperatures today, 68 Sioux Falls, 51 Rapid City with the thicker clouds and the north wind. Speaking of wind, a couple things I want to mention here on that subject. Tomorrow, we've got a northeast wind. It will be stronger on the wind, so you're not going to feel the full effects of that 60 because of that. Friday, we'll probably back off the wind or change it around to the west. But my main thought is Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will be cooling. We may not be cold enough. I think upper 30s, low 40s seems to be the going trend by at least Sunday into Monday. And the wind will make it feel colder, 30 to 40 out of the northwest. It'll be widespread wind across the region. So the weekend has plenty of cautionary notes on it. We've got 40s there for Aberdeen, and that, again, is subject to trailing off a little bit. Now, by the very end of the 7-day, I do think we can warm back up. This pattern has shown a lot of resilience to that idea, and we could easily see 60s again for parts of the region. For now, we'll kind of hold days 5 or days 6 and 7 there as a warming trend into the 50s for Pierre. And Rapid City, too. We'll get the wind, we'll get the cooler weather for the weekend, but look at that. We can bounce back into the 60s by Monday and Tuesday. More details with the weather at KELLOLAND.com.